Good morning. It's way early. This is a test run with OBS on a new install of Linux on my main desktop machine, and I'm going to give it a shot here. So let me switch over and we'll do the infinity screen a little bit here. And there we go, a little bit of infinity screen. So I've installed Ubuntu as a dual boot option alongside Windows 10 on my main desktop machine. And I've upgraded a little bit. I'm running 22.04 LTS on this thing for right now. I'm waiting until August to upgrade to the 24.04 LTS when they're going to start pushing it out to all of the existing users. Right now, if you want to do 24.04 LTS, it's advisable to go with fresh install from scratch rather than attempting an upgrade. So anyways, some fun stuff that I've found on Ubuntu along the way is this thing called Cool Retro Term. I really love this thing. It emulates old school terminals, dumb terminals. It's got a really classic retro look and feel. If you pop down here in this left corner and right click, you can get at terminal emulations for multiple different terminal types. You can change the thing to monochrome green if you want. I prefer the amber actually, so I go with the default amber and run it like that. And it even displays the old repaint the screen scans and everything. That is available over in Ubuntu software. If you go under Explore and you pop in Cool Retro Term, it'll find it pretty quick. There's two versions. I just grabbed the top one. And it seems to have more options, and the icon looks like it does. And when I installed the second one before, the icon looks completely different, and it's a little harder to find in favorites. But I really like it. I've used it on a couple of machines now, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Some of the other things that I do, number one, when I am installing Ubuntu on a machine, I immediately will run sudo ufw enable. That's the first thing I'll do. And of course it wants a password. Okay, and that turns on Ubuntu Firewall. And then I will also install antivirus, which would help if I had a space where it belongs. Okay. All right, so I've already got Clam AV or antivirus software on here. And I also like to use ClamTK, which is a graphical user interface, so I can scan individual files or folders. That's already on here. So those are about the first three things that I do when I install Ubuntu. I know a lot of people are adverse to it, but I also like to use Chrome on Ubuntu. Um, so that one's a little trickier to do. You have to look up the commands and pull it from an online repository that Google maintains, but you can get it. It makes it a lot easier to sync your Google accounts and everything. I know people use Chromium, but I'm not really familiar with it, and I'm fine with using Chrome. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for right now. This is more of a test video. This is the first time in quite a while that I've been able to get OBS working on Ubuntu. It kind of broke in 22.04 earlier versions, but this one did a partial upgrade. So all of a sudden OBS has started working again, which I'm very grateful for because this program is extremely difficult to replace. There's not a lot of other good options out there, at least in Linux. So on that note, I'm going to wind it down. I'm going to probably be doing other episodes on this machine now that I've got OBS working again under Linux. The reason I've added Linux on this machine is because Windows 10 is going to be going end of life. Let's see if I can find something. Oh, this is really nice. hd-radio.net/blues. Really nice station. Just FYI. But meanwhile, all right, AI overview, April 20th. Reach end of life on October 14th of 2025. All right, so everything is going to have to go to Windows 11. This machine's not really able to handle Windows 11, at least not under the official upgrade channel. There's a couple of reasons why not. They're minor. It's still really decent hardware, and I'm not at the point where I want to go out and upgrade. So I've set it up to run Ubuntu side by side in a dual boot configuration with Windows 10. All right, and I have downloaded Ubuntu Desktop. They're currently pushing 24.04, but I happen to have the installers for several versions back, I think, going back at least to 18.04, maybe even 16.04 LTS. I go for the long-term stable releases. I don't try the experimentals. I want a machine that's just going to run, and this is run pretty well. So when Windows 10 becomes end of life, I will disconnect the Wi-Fi after I get the last updates for it and under Windows 10, and then anything on the web that I want to do, I'll do it in Ubuntu, and anytime I need to go to a Windows program that I have installed under Windows 10, I'll just do it without the web. And there we go. And I can use thumb drives to transfer any file outputs over to the Ubuntu install. And I think that's probably going to be enough of a wrap for tonight. We'll go back to a little bit of an infinity screen here, and then let me bring that webcam up a little bigger here. And it's way into the wee hours of the morning. I've been working on this for quite a while, so I'm a little bit on the tired side, but it's good to be back at it and have a chance. Anyways, Want to say happy Vulcan fingers to you from the Agent of 42. And may there never be a rogue wave in your coffee mug. And thank you for listening to my kind of tired self at this moment. Hopefully, I've been able to keep the yawning a little bit under control. And yeah, Midwestern Geek in Cali is back a little bit. I'm working a lot right now, so it makes it difficult for me to find time to record regularly. Yeah, but I'm at it again, and pretty glad that we got OBS working again. I was beginning to think I was not going to be able to. I was going to have to do this in Windows 10 and then turn around and transfer the file over to a thumb drive and then drag that over into Ubuntu, and that means a couple of reboots, and nah, no fun. Anyway, hope everyone's having a great Memorial Day weekend. Um, you know, I always remember on Memorial Day weekend why we have a Memorial Day weekend. I'm a veteran, thankfully peacetime veteran, but I know there's a lot of vets who didn't come home, and I want to send my prayers out to them and their families. We had someone in my family that didn't make it. Um, so it's always a little bit of a somber holiday, but always I'm grateful for the time as well. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but it's a good thing. And on that note, everyone stay safe and come back and visit us once in a while. And if you don't mind, like and subscribe to the channel. I know I'm supposed to ask that all the time, and I forget to do it all the time, but eh, I'm not pushing for big numbers anyways. This is more a labor of love than it is ever meant to be some big, huge monster channel or something like that. Um, but there'll be more fun along the way. Good night.